Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today for Connecting WAN class, we should present the type of WAN technology, which is this provide different type of WAN technologies. What we have learned the last week is Private WAN Technologies and Public WAN Technologies. My group will present about Leased Line. Leased Line is one of part in Private WAN Technologies. This presentation will be presented by myself, Muhammad Ashram Bosman, and my partner, that is Yang Hafizul Hakim.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Yang Hafizul Hakim bin Karanwah. So, hari ni saya nak present pasal Private WAN Technology untuk Leased Line. So, dekat sini ada contoh Leased Line daripada the standard in the US and the standard in Eropah. So, dekat sini nak tunjukkan private WAN dekat sini daripada satu tempat ke satu tempat melalui service provider network. So kita ke next terus. Okay, point to point link in use to provide a first stipulation one communication part of the customer fertilize to the provider network. The service provider listen a point to point line which a colored leased line. Okay. So yang ini dia nak bagi tahu untuk different name of list circuit. Dekat sini ada link, serial link, lepas tu ada serial line, point to point link dan line T ataupun E1 ataupun line T3 ataupun E3. Okay.
Okay. The term leased line is refer to the fact that the organizations pay a monthly lease fee to a service provider to use the line, and there are leased lines available with different capacities, and generally the price is based on the bandwidth required and the distance between the two connected points. In North America, the service provider use the carrier system such as T to define the digital transmission capacity of a serial link of a Cooper media, while in Europe, the carrier system is used as shown in the illustrations like this. New York from America, United States is used T3 as the transmissions digital transmission capacity, and E3 is used standard in Europe. Use E3 or E for the transmissions the carrier system. Okay. Example T1, E1, T3, and E3. T1 support T1 in support 1544 megabytes. per second, and E1 support 2048 megabyte per second, and T3 support 43.7 megabyte per second, and E3 connection support 34,368 megabyte per second. Uh, to define the digital transmission capacity of a fiber optic network, the transmission rates of the optical carrier OC are used. Okay. Uh, the in leased line, we have the advantages and disadvantages. First, the advantages, we have simplicity, quality, and availability. Simplicity is point-to-point communications link require minimum installations and maintenance knowledge, while quality means for point-to-point communications link generally offer high quality of service if they have adequate bandwidth, dedicated capacity, remove latency or vibrations between terminals. Meanwhile, for availability is constant. Constant availability is essential for some applications, such as electronic commerce. Point-to-point communications link provide the permanent dedicated capability that is needed for voice IP or for video over IP. VoIP stand for voice or video over IP. For disadvantage of this line is include cost and limited flexibility. For cost, in general, point-to-point links are the most expensive type of WAN access. When used to connect multiple sites over increasing distance, the cost of this line solution can be significant. In addition, each terminal requires an interface on the router, which is increased equipment cost. For limited flexibility, flexibility is WAN traffic is usually variable and leased line of fixed capacity, so that the bandwidth of the lines rarely match the need accurately. Generally, any change in the release line requires that ISP staff visit to site to adjust capacity. Generally, the layer 2 protocol is HDLC or triple P. Thank you.